I couldn't miss it. Took their job. After a frustrating half hour, they said they would get back in touch with me. They never did. But this was a reminder coming back, brother. I mentioned yesterday an infamous report. Online you might be able to with your whatever. The humanities report.
That's right.
Check it out.
Baby, teach.
Some years ago, to move us to the College of Arts.
Right.
One view was to put us under American studies.
Teach.
I said, hold on, we teach Africa, we teach the Caribbean, we teach America. Are you following the U.S. imperialistic mission? That's right. But these were academics, not administrators. These were academics. Right? That memory is there. And some of the administrators who pretend to be nice to us actually have turned out the opposite. You know, like a bear, if a bear embraces you too much with seeming friendliness, you better watch it. So on this, we have to be very clear. I would go on record as saying that this is the most unfriendly provost we have ever experienced.
Wow.
And when we are told that they have our interests at heart, they want to play a larger role, that previous provosts were benign neglect. I served under two previous provosts as director in the early 90s. Right? No benign neglect anything. They respected our integrity. They consulted with us. They didn't feel they had to dip in every day to see what was going on and treat us like little children. Right? So the message is clear. And it's good to see on this, I almost said nice winter day, that you're coming out, your presence alone is just the type of support we need. We have to get our message out loud and clear. Best of luck to you who are writing exams. Thank you. I had my damage to my knee, you see. It's partly aging, but there's a struggle.
Okay. All right. All right, there we go. Okay. So, let's see. We're going to have another student come up and speak to you. We're going to have a first-year graduate student here in the Africana Studies Department. We have Tansy Anderson coming on up. Please welcome Tansy. Woo! 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 Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just want to take a second to point out the inherent contradictions separating what they claim they're doing for Africana and what's actually going on. Because when they issue their statements, what they're saying in those papers are the exact opposite of what they said to us in private and the exact opposite of what they're actually doing. Now, they came to us pretending as though the well-being of Africana necessarily depended on these changes. They pretended to us that we were their first and absolute priority. And this is what they said over and over again, that what they wanted was best for us. Now I ask, if that's honestly the case, if we are the center of your attention, why were we the last people notified and consulted about matters dealing explicitly with our life?
That's right.
So, and this is one of many contradictions. Another one has to do with transparency. They brought us all into a room, didn't have any kind of paperwork, any kind of evidence, nothing. They just sat there and they told us, based on our research, based on our understanding of what's best for you, this is what's going to happen. And yet when we look in the papers, all they talk about is how they are trying to make this process as transparent as possible. We explicitly asked them for written proof of what they were basing their decision on. We asked for the actual details of the decision itself. And we were actually told that it didn't exist.
Yes.
He said to us, said to us, this was something that I just personally decided. Now that we know that this is a lie. You're not going to change the structure of an institution without a paper trail. That just doesn't happen, and we know that the paperwork exists, but we have been consistently denied when we've attempted to gain access to this. And so I just want to point that out, because when they continuously issue these statements, they are in direct contrast to the promises that they made to us. So I just want to keep that out there. Keep your ear to the ground and ask the people of Africana, the students, the faculty, and our supporters what it is that we believe, because they have really monopolized the press coverage on these issues to completely contradict everything that they're saying. And I really want to encourage the students of Cornell to be that radical mouthpiece, because it is so easy for them to harass our professors by pretending like, oh, your contract's up, not going to renew it. We have protections here as students that we can speak up in a way that our professors may not have the freedom to do so. So I really encourage you to speak up and to be explicit and revolutionary in what you have to say. Thank you.
Okay, I think we have 3 more students for today's speeches. And this next speaker, let me see if I see her. Jesse, are you around, Jesse? All right, excellent. So this next speaker, we're bringing up because we want you to see that struggles are linked. Okay, so it's not just about Africana, it's about unilateral decision-making coming out of this office, okay? So we want you to just come and hear a little bit about the education department, find out what happened to them, and I guarantee you're going to see some interesting parallels. So Jesse, come on up and please speak. Give her a round of applause.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for asking me to speak today. I'm a little nervous. I have never talked in front of a group like this, and y'all are keeping me warm. I'm glad that you asked me. I don't think of myself as someone whose voice necessarily matters at an institutional level. I'm not someone that normally finds myself speaking up, but at a time when I'm a part of an institution that is systematically taking voices that speak up for community, that speak up for social justice, for equity, and pushing them farther and farther to the margins, I'm unwilling to stay quiet.
That's right.
The decision that was made with the education department is going to be closed over the next 2 years. This decision was made, there was a little bit more warning. There was a request for input which was responded to by faculty. I don't know if Sophia is here still, but the faculty took on the call to reimagine the role of education. They did the work of reimagining. They were creative, they were expansive in their thinking, they brought together people to see what the education department could look like in a way that was powerful and effective. There's a PowerPoint presentation. I don't know if anybody ever saw it. I saw it. I don't think Ken has ever looked at it. There was a lack of dialogue, there was a lack of respect for the faculty and the input of students, and there's absolutely no plans. In the meetings with the deans, when questions were asked, they said, well, that's a good question, we're going to have to think about that. We'll get back to you. So this is a process of pushing voices to the margin. Is that enough about the department? Yes, I am. All I want to say is that I want other students to know, I want other faculty to know that this matters, that this is an issue for everyone at this institution. I want the provost to know, I want the president to know, I want the chairman of the board of trustees to know that I care about Africana, that I care about education, that we all care. We are not going anywhere, and we are going to keep standing for education as a process of liberation and not as socialization.
Yeah! Give it up one more time for Jesse. You know, I made a speech at the Africana press conference, and Gordon, decided that he was going to have, he was going to talk too at the same time on the other side of campus. That was really interesting, right? So we had these 2 things happening at the same time. One of the things I said there was that the plan is that for Africana to be moved into the College of Arts and Sciences and he wants to grow our resources. He said that many times. I'm trying to grow you all. Don't you know? Don't you understand? But he said he was